Right. Let's get right into it, shall we? We're diving deep today into some dancehall drama. We've got this article here, and it's from Yard Hype, which, it's a Jamaican entertainment news site.
Right.
And this article, well, it's all about Vybz Kartel. I mean, he's like one of the biggest names in dancehall music.
Yeah.
And Sandra Rose, she's a media personality. The thing is, they've been spotted together, and it's got everyone talking, speculating.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, on the surface, it's all about this photo. Sandra Rose, she posts a picture on her Instagram, and you see her legs like draped across Kartel's lap.
I saw that, yeah.
And the caption, "We here laughing at the haters."
Oh, I love that. Laughing at the haters.
Yeah, but it's more than just a photo, right? This is about how we like interpret these moments, these celebrity moments, and what they might actually tell us.
Okay, yeah. Let's unpack this a little. So for those who might not be too familiar with dancehall, it's a genre of Jamaican music. It came out of reggae back in the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's known for its fast rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times its lyrics, they focus on social commentary or sometimes just straight up boasting.
Yeah.
And Vybz Kartel, well, he's a huge figure in dancehall.
Absolutely. So when you've got someone like Kartel, whose personal life is often really intertwined with his music and his public image, it's like this photo that seems so simple, it becomes this puzzle piece for fans to figure out.
Yeah.
Is it a publicity stunt? Are they working on a new song together, or is it something more, something personal?
Yeah, it's especially because, and the article mentions this, Kartel's engaged,
right,
to Sita Merster.
Yeah.
And it's not just some random photo either.
Yeah.
I mean, Yard Hype, they linked this article to other articles that they've written.
Oh, really?
Like this Vybz Kartel and Sandra Rose photo has fans speculating. Vybz Kartel says Sandra Rose has the tightest vagina, fueling speculations.
Oh, wow.
And even Vybz Kartel responds to haters and speculators with new song. There's clearly a history here. And it's creating a lot of buzz.
Yeah, and that buzz, that's part of it, right? I mean, this photo, whether it was on purpose or not, it plays into this bigger conversation about how dancehall artists, especially someone like Kartel, who's controversial, how they cultivate their image, how they, push the boundaries.
Yeah.
They use provocation to keep people talking.
So are they playing us all? Is this all just calculated to get more hype for their music? Or are we actually seeing something real, a glimpse into their lives?
That's the big question, isn't it? And this is where we have to think about the layers, the layers of performance, image management, all the things that come with being in the public eye.
Yeah.
Think about how this image fits into the whole narrative, surrounding Kartel and dance hall culture in general.
You mean like the bad boy image?
Yeah.
The lyrics that sometimes push the limits?
Exactly. Those are the elements that draw people to dance hall, right? But they also create this culture of speculation, of gossip. So even if this photo is totally innocent, it's going to be seen through that lens.
That's where it gets really interesting. Because then we have to ask ourselves, how much are we, the fans, how much are we part of keeping these narratives alive?
Right.
I mean, we love the drama, the intrigue, the behind-the-scenes glimpses, but how much of it's real? And how much is just made up for us?
That's a great point. We love to analyze these celebrity moments, but we also have to remember there's the potential for manipulation. That what we're seeing is this carefully constructed image, and that we're only getting a tiny piece of the whole story.
And there's another thing. Some people on social media, they're saying this is all leading up to a new music video.
Yeah, that's a possibility. It wouldn't be the first time. Artists using their personal lives, whether it's real or fake, to promote their work. And in dancehall, where image and controversy are so closely tied together, it's a common strategy.
So we're talking a lot about image and how the public sees things. But what about the music itself? Does this photo, this whole story, does it change how we listen to Kartel's music?
That's a really good question, actually. It's like we're adding this whole other layer of meaning to the lyrics, to how he performs. Like lines that we might have understood one way before, well, now they could mean something totally different.
Right, and it makes me think about the power of, suggestion, right? How just one image can change our whole perspective on something, even if we know it's all it's all part of the game, part of the show.
Yeah.
It's hard not to get pulled in.
Oh, absolutely. It's human nature, right? To look for patterns, to try to make sense of things. And when it comes to celebrities, well, we tend to fill in the blanks ourselves with our own assumptions, you know? We want to believe we're getting this behind the scenes look, even if it's all carefully planned out.
And this whole thing really shows how artists, especially in a genre like dancehall, they use controversy to their advantage. I mean, it keeps them in the headlines, it gets people talking, and in the end, it helps sell records.
And that's where the line between art and just making money, it gets really blurry. Is it real expression? Or is it just clever marketing? Or maybe it's both.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to tell the difference.
But that's what makes this so interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
It's a conversation starter. It makes us think about how we take in all this media, how we interpret information, and how we deal with celebrity culture.
Yeah, it's also a reminder that context is everything. I mean, we can't just look at a photo or a headline or a soundbite and take it at face value. We have to think about where it's coming from, what the motivations are, you know, the potential for spin. And that's true for everything, not just celebrity gossip, but all the information we see every day.
So how do we become better at figuring out what's real?
Yeah.
How do we separate the real stuff from all the noise, especially in a world where everything's so amplified and analyzed?
Well, I think it starts with being aware of our own biases, our own desires. We're all drawn to certain stories, certain personalities, right?
Yeah.
But recognizing that can help us be more objective, you know, in how we judge things.
And maybe it's about asking ourselves, what's the point of this information? What am I getting out of it? Am I looking for entertainment, understanding, or something else entirely?
Exactly. Being aware of why we're interested in something can help us think more critically, you know, be better at taking in information, and ultimately less likely to be manipulated.
It's like we're all like little detectives or something.
Yeah.
Trying to put the pieces together, you know, and figure out what's really going on. But maybe that's part of what makes it fun.
It definitely makes it more interesting, that's for sure. And it shows how much we're fascinated by celebrity culture. We want to know what makes them tick, you know, what their lives are like, how they handle all the fame and attention.
So before we wrap up our deep dive into this whole dancehall drama, I want to go back to the article for a sec. It says that some fans think this is all just a build-up to a music video. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, artists use their personal lives all the time to promote their work, whether it's true or not. And especially in dancehall, you know, where image and controversy are so important, it's a pretty common tactic.
It really makes you wonder how much of what we see from celebrities is real, you know, and how much is just an act to keep us interested.
That's the million-dollar question, right? And there's no easy answer. We live in a time where it's getting harder and harder to separate what's real from what's just performance. And social media, it plays a huge role in that, right? It lets celebrities control what people see and present this perfect version of themselves.
And we're just bombarded with these images, these stories, all these perfectly crafted moments. It's easy to get caught up in it and forget that we're only seeing a tiny part of the story.
Exactly. That's why it's crucial to think critically, to question what we see and hear, and to understand like why we're being shown this information in the first place.
So what's the takeaway here? What should we do when we come across these kinds of situations in the future?
Well, I think the most important thing is to approach celebrity culture with a bit of skepticism. Enjoy the entertainment, the music, the stories, but don't believe everything you see. Remember that there's always more to the story than what's on the surface.
And maybe even more importantly, we should think about our own role in this whole thing. Why are we so interested in these little glimpses into celebrities' lives? What does that say about us?
Those are some really good questions to consider. I think it comes down to finding a balance, enjoying the fun parts of celebrity culture while still being aware of what's really going on behind the scenes.
Well said. We'll leave you with that thought-provoking note. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into dancehall, celebrity, and the whole world of image and perception. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.